Hey, I'm back. I got to refill in the numbers. So we said there were 130 total. We said it was 62 boys, 68 girls. We said 30 girls said they liked sports, which means if we subtract those, 38 girls do not like sports. 17 boys said they did not like sports. So if I subtract those, that is 45 boys who did like sports. So then that's 75 over here, and that is, 55. Okay. So in my class, we are not worrying about these languages. Instead, we're just kind of like, I'm doing them. I'm just not talking about those words. You don't need those words to understand this. So we are going to grab our calculator. Fancy schmancy calculator. And there we go. More appropriate size. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take each of these. So like 45. So what's the percentage of our whole thing that is that 45? Well, the whole thing is 130. So I'm going to do 45 out of 130. I get the percentage. Oh, dear. Okay. There you go. If you're not sure how to read this, remember that percentage is the first two decimal places. Is 2 times 100, and that's how you do it on the calculator. So 34.6%. So I'll round it up to 35% then. You could write either one. You could write 34.6 or 35%. And so I'm just going to go through for each of these. So 30 out of 130, 30 out of 130 times, I think I just typed something wrong. 30 out of 130 should be, all right, so that's 23%. Oh, and I should be putting the percent markers here. All right, let's see if this works. What's 35 plus 23? Let's see, 58 is 75 out of 130. Yep, 58%. Matches up. So we're just going through, does not like sports. Let's see, 17 out of 130. That is 13%. Very lucky. So that should be what, 48 down here? Let's see, 62 out of 130. Yep, 48%. Checks out. Let's see, 38 out of 130, 38 out of 130, 29%. I actually don't even need to calculate these using the percentages anymore since what's this down here? This is 100%, right? So then if I do 100 minus 48, that should be here. Or if I do 23 plus 29, that should be here. Or if I do 68 out of 130, I get 52%. That should be here. All the same. Same thing here. So let's see, 55 out of 130, 42%. All right. So the benefit of using percentages is it puts it on a scale that we're kind of used to and helps us think about the numbers a little bit better. I'm going to skip these. So let me change this to, I can do multi-page view, I believe. Yeah, okay. Well, that's not quite what I was hoping for. Oh, dear. All right, let's see. Is there a way for me to, I guess I'm just gonna have to scroll back and forth. Oh, wait, I'll open up the file again. It's gonna probably complain. Oh, it didn't complain, all right. So when you do this on a computer, it just means one of them you can edit and one of them you can't. So I'll go back to single page view, and I'm gonna leave all this in because editing is time consuming. So I can either make the videos kind of brief or quickly and not very well, or take a long time and not make very many of them. So, all right, what percentage of girls like sports? So let's go look at girls. Here's girls, and there are 68 girls total. So how many of them like sports? 30. So that's not 23%. We're just focusing on girls. So we would do 30 out of 68 here. Did I close my calculator? Oh dear. I'm sorry if you saw that. I just dragged something in OBS instead of all right. 30 out of 68, bam. I got 44%. What percentage of total classmates surveyed like sports? Well, these were all totals, right? So 75 students total like sports, which was 58%. What percentage of classmates that liked sports are boys? So how many people liked sports? 75. How many of them were boys? 45. So we do 45 out of 75. 0.6, which is 60%. But again, if you're ever blanking on these, just do times 100 and it'll tell you. So 60%. What percentage of total classmates surveyed were boys who did not like sports? Boys who did not like sports was these 17 here, and it said of total classmates. These were the totals that we did. So that 13% is what we had there. What percentage of boys did not like sports? It sounds so similar, but these 17 boys, we're not looking at 17 out of 130. We're just looking at 17 out of the boys. So 17 out of 62. So 27%. What percentage of classmates that did not like sports, So out of the 55 people, how many were girls? Out of the 55, 38 were girls. So that's 38 out of 55, which is 69%. All right. What does the conditional relative frequency 17 over 62 represent in this context? All right. Fancy way to say 17 out of 62. What's that saying? 17 out of 62. Well, that's 17 do not like sports out of 62 boys. So that would be the percentage boys who do not like sports. This is, there, it's a little better. A little too better. All right, next one. What does the joint relative frequency 30 out of 130? Well, that's the 30 out of 130. So 130 is, so that's all our students, right? So percent of all students who, and then what's that 30? So 130 was the total group. We're looking at liked sports and girls. It's both things at once, right? I'm wondering if it should be who instead of that, but just going to leave it. What does the marginal relative frequency 68 out of 130 mean? 68 out of 130. Well, 130 is a total, right? So that's percent of all students who, and the 68 there is girls. So percent of all students who are girls. So that is just girls there. All right. So sorry for the double video. I know we'll try to get this done in one, but there you go. Hope it's helpful. Have a good one. Bye.